Hey, good morning. So I want us to finalize on another method of written communication in an organization, which we call the circulars and newsletters. Okay. So remember what you've covered so far: written communication. We spoke about the letters, or what you call the business correspondences. We talked about the different types of letters that are written in an organization. We had a letter of inquiry, we had an order letter, we had a quotation letter, we had a complaint, adjustment letter. We said also when you are looking for jobs, we might need to make an application letter. When we are resigning, when we are asking for a promotion, etc. Okay. Then we spoke about the meetings, or what you call the minutes, which you say it is a record of what transpires in a meeting. It's a detailed, or it's a recorded document that gives an idea of what actually transpires in a meeting. Okay, then we spoke about reports. Yeah, so report is a document that gives an account of what had happened, something that happened before. Okay, yeah, then we spoke about the memos, the questionnaires, etc. Now I want us to talk about the circulars and newsletters. Okay. So we say circulars are publications that are produced by an organization for both internal and external communication. Yeah, so what are some of the important, is it important to have circulars? Is to say circular enhances communication between the organization and its customers. It's also meant to a means of implementing particular policies within an organization. They are also used as advertising tools. Yeah, so I'm sure you're gonna ask me what is a circular. Okay, so I'm sure when you came here, or if you've been to the reception area at KIPS, yeah, the Philadelphia branch, you've been able to see some old, magazines. Yeah, have you ever been able to see that? Yeah, or something. It's just some information between us and the outside world. Okay, yeah, and you see these circulars are normally sent out maybe during a certain period. Okay, so and these circulars are sent to as many people as possible. Remember, we've said it is meant to enhance the relationship between the organization and the public. Okay, then you have something else that we call a house organ and bulletin. Okay, now these house organs are very, very common. I'm sure you've seen them also at the reception, where you have a magazine that talks about KIPS, certain activities that KIPS participated in. Yeah, it also talk about in case there was a meeting for the teachers, or the teachers went for some training or some team building. It talks up, it's an internal magazine that gives details of what happens in the organization. Yeah, so what is it, why is it important to have this house organ? We say they keep employees informed about the product, services, or the achievements of the organization. Now this magazine will tend to give advice, or give information to employees on how far the organization is doing, in case there are challenges, in case they are meeting their targets, so they're able to communicate to the employees about the achievement of the organization. It is also meant to inform or to explain to new employees the financial structure and operation. So sometimes when you join an organization, also you might need to know, how does this company operate? Yeah, so it has that information about the financial structure of the organization. It's also meant to instill a sense of discipline among the employees to prevent wastage, to reduce absenteeism, and to increase um, production. It's also meant to encourage and keep the morale of the employees high. Okay, these are um, some of the objectives of a house organ or a bulletin. So what are some of the contents? What does this particular, what you're calling a bulletin, what does it have? Okay, so some of the contents are about news about the company, maybe products, achievements, any awards that the organization won, yeah, any trade exhibition that the organization participated in. So giving information about the organization. It also has got social news. So social news means employees news about maybe employees who got married, employees who are blessed with babies, such kind of, or farewell parties, achievement, etc. Okay, it also features issues to do with the social activities, e.g. sports day, team building, end of year party, etc. Yeah, it also talks about the local news. Yeah, local news about what is happening locally in terms of news. Okay. It also speaks about the editorial. Editorial is people who are related to political or maybe some economic events. It also has got companies, photographs, yeah, or they might have other pictures that they think might be of interest to the employees. Okay, so how do you ensure that you make the house organ interesting and useful? What are some of the things that why it is important for you, especially as secretaries, to be able to know some of these things? Is because your boss can tell you, I want you to come up with a house organ. So you can't start saying, oh, I never learned this in school. Oh, I don't know what that is. So we're just trying to equip you with the skills. Yeah. So in the event that you're asked to produce that kind of a document, you won't look like lost. You have an idea of what a house bulletin or a house organ is. Yeah. So what are some of the things that you need to ensure that you put up? We've already spoken about the components. What are some of the information that should be there? Now we need to know what is it that you need to do to ensure that the house bulletin that you come up with is interesting. Yeah, so we are being told is to make sure that we include information that is fresh and current. Don't give outdated information. Something that happened last year, tell us about something that happened in the course of the last 2 months. Maybe if it's COVID, talk about issues, how COVID has affected us. If there are other issues that affect, which is not old news. Okay, so ensure that you also publish this house organ regularly. Don't say this year we shall produce, next year we don't have to. Make sure these are, so that the employees are always looking forward to it. Okay, then take steps to make sure that everybody gets a copy. Yeah, the employees, yeah, you're producing these copies for the employees, so make sure also they get a copy. It's not a scenario where others have or others actually didn't even know about it. Okay, so ensure that you have enough supplies. So ensure that you use a humorous language that is very easy to understand. Simplicity of words. The choice of words that you tend to use are words that are very easy to understand. Okay, then make sure that the outlook, the outward appearance, the paper that you use, yeah, the pictures that you use are very, very sharp. Okay, yeah, so that is very important for us to be able to know that. So we have something called notices and advertisements. So notices are messages that are communicated internally with minimum confidentiality, printed and pinned on the organization chart. board. Maybe they are printed somewhere outside where people have got access. So that's what we call a notice. Yeah, so this message is meant to communicate information that is not perceived to be confidential, but that is meant for a large number of people. Okay, so notices are also they are messages that are passed to several receivers, and it is clearly displayed in a notice board. Yeah, so what are some of the importance of these notices? Is that they are means of implementing particular policies within an organization. Okay, they are also used as an advertising tool. They act as a first means of communicating information to the relevant people. So what are some of the guidelines that we need to follow to ensure that we are able to come up with good notices? To ensure that we use the ensure that the function and the reference are clearly shown. Yeah, the wording should be simple to understand, and the general design should be simple and functional. Okay, yeah, so we also say in an organization we have something that we call a suggestion scheme. Now, suggestion scheme, when you talk about a suggestion scheme, it is a way of communication, an upward method of communication that comes from the juniors going upward. So it is through writing. Okay, so this is a way of communication, yeah, that is very important because it ensures or it promotes upward communication. Yeah, it motivates the staff to be able to talk about